A defective PRV like this can cost you thousands of dollars, as well as make a terrible sound like this. I'm going to show you how to replace it and exactly why you need a working one. We put a water pressure test gauge on it and it came out to 80 psi. Anything over 60 psi is bad. So to replace it, shut off the water to the house, open a cold and hot faucet. Now we need to break loose this union nut. This is 1 inch, so you're going to need a lot of torque. I'd suggest a pipe wrench, but pliers or an adjustable wrench over 12 inches should work. Figuring out union nuts can be tricky. The way I picture it is the nut has to slide down the pipe, so we have to reverse it counterclockwise. So just a good old lefty-loosey, if it's like mine. You'll get some water, so be prepared for it. So whatever's in your branch lines that's not drained will drain from here. I like to have towels ready and also a bucket. Most of this water leaking out is coming from the main shutoff valve, which there's nothing we could really do about that. Make sure you have good leverage, positioning, and your wrenches aren't tight because you're going to have to grip it and rip it. A PRV reduces the pressure. For instance, we had 80 psi coming from the city side, and we wanted about 60 psi for our house. Okay, so threads we're reversing, which means that needs to go this way. Any pressure above 60 psi is asking for trouble, and your appliances and plumbing may give out prematurely, which can cost you a lot of money. Before you go to install your new one, make sure that it is identical in the length and the connection type. Clean any old Teflon tape that may still be on there. You could either use pipe dope or Teflon tape. I got a habit of doing both when I was in the fire sprinkler trade. Depending on how thick your tape is, 4 to 6 wraps should be fine. Also, make sure you're wrapping your tape the right way. If you're not sure which way that is, think of it as if you're looking at the face of the pipe, you wrap it clockwise. Excuse me, I would like to butt in here and say, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, and if you've liked this video or got any value from it, give it a thumbs up. That'd really help me out. Whatever you do, don't forget to put this ring on first and make sure it's going the right way. Get it nice and tight and then finish it off with a pipe wrench or something where you can have a hold back. I will caution you that this is brass, so it's very soft, and if you get it too tight, you'll bury the threads and ruin the fitting. And make sure you install this so that the arrow points in the direction the water flows. Putting Teflon tape on the inside and pipe dope on the outside not only helps with making a watertight seal, but the pipe dope also acts as a lubricant, which requires less torque and helps install the fitting. I was able to get a good grip on this, so I was happy with just going one turn after I got it hand tight. Now it's time to put your union nut back on, and this took me about 24 seconds for it to finally catch the thread, so don't feel bad if it takes you a little bit longer to catch it. Just make sure you can go quite a few rounds so you don't cross thread it, and make sure you hold back on the bottom fitting so it doesn't turn. Now we'll just clean off the pipe a little bit so we can check for leaks. Turn on the water slowly. This valve has a preset from the factory PSI of 50, so we are just verifying that, and we want 60 PSI, so now we're going to adjust it. But first let's check for leaks, which we don't have any. To adjust the pressure on this model, you loosen the set nut and you go clockwise to increase the pressure and counterclockwise to decrease the pressure.
Go ahead and come down a little bit. Alright, let it settle.
Oh, can you open it real quick? So this is important in adjusting. If you want to increase the pressure, you can adjust it and it'll let more water in. But if you want to decrease the pressure, there's nowhere the water can escape, so you're going to have to release some and then check your pressure again.
Right at about 60. It dropped below like 1 psi. I'd say
perfect.
59.
Now tighten up your set nut so it doesn't go out of adjustment. Clean your tools, and now it's time to take a tour of my handyman tool bag, which is in the top right corner right here. If you've enjoyed watching this video today, I'm pretty sure you'll get a kick out of the video right here in the left bottom corner.